Weirdest places people tried to smuggle drugs. The 1940s called. They want their Schizo Bob back. Number 28. Chicken, anyone? The Chilean police seized this chicken that had an unusual stuffing. The chicken was a gift for an inmate, and it was stuffed with marijuana. Although, I hear that it's an incredible seasoning tool. This bird flew the coop. Man, I love fried chicken. If the chicken turns green, you know you cooked it right. Man, I hate it when my munchies get the munchies. Number 27, icing on the cake. U.S. Customs in Cincinnati found a ton of heroin in a giant tub of chocolate frosting. The cops were unable to decide what's more addicting, heroin or chocolate frosting. Number 26, irony and drug education. Nothing more ironic than a program that teaches kids about drugs so they won't do them. Unless you count the time, this 22-year-old was arrested for possession of weed, cocaine, and LSD that he was hiding, stuffed inside this dare lion. The Canadian border was on to these kids' shenanigans. Yeah, you shouldn't stuff the Lion King full of drugs. Shenanigans. Number 25, cocaine implants. A lady was traveling to Madrid via Colombia, and she was stopped for acting suspiciously. It was later discovered that she had implanted almost 3 pounds of cocaine into her breasts. They had to take her to the hospital to remove the cocaine bags. I guess she's lucky that one of them just didn't pop open mid-flight. You know, I think pressure is probably an issue there. Then she might have joined the Mile High Overdose Club. 24, candy makes you dandy. UK border agents seized 4 kilos of lollipops headed for Ghana in 2012. Half of that weight is estimated to have been cocaine, worth around $310,000. I wonder if the flavors gave them away. Wait a minute, these are all the yellow ones. No one likes yellow. What gives here? Number 23, chocolate. It seems that candy, or some form of it, is a popular way to smuggle drugs. Little do people know that sugar is the most widely distributed drug in America. I don't know anyone that has gotten diabetes from too much white girl. Let's get a little perspective here. The United States Department of Agriculture reports that the average American consumes between 150 to 170 pounds of refined sugar in 1 year. That's a lot of cola, man. Refined sugar is a drug and poison because it is depleted of its life forces, proteins, minerals, and vitamins. Too much sugar is harmful to the body and promotes inflammation and disease. Boom! Don't even get me started on coffee. Number 22, cantadope. These guys were trying to smuggle Oxycontin pills as cantaloupe seeds into a prison. They went from being smugglers to inmates very quickly. Did you know that cantaloupe is 90% water? Well, it is. Number 21, cocaine highway. How did they get caught on this one? Must have been the smartest drug dog of all time. These guys had molded cocaine to fit inside the tires. What crazy tech is Border Patrol using? Yes, they're probably using the X-ray. It's not that crazy. Number 20, smuggling with Jesus. Nothing says we don't have any drugs like 2 guys in a RAV4 who have 50 pictures of Jesus in the back. If you get it through the border inside of the Jesus pictures, is your cocaine blessed? Number 19, slight misjudgment. Wow, these guys put a new meaning to high-centered. Get it? High-centered? Oh man. They still made it across the border, but they most likely didn't have as many drugs as when they started. I bet whoever thought up this thought they were so James Bond, right up until the moment they got stuck. Number 18, exactly. No celebration of Easter would be complete without hiding a little cocaine all over the yard. For you and your friends to find. The best part is, the more eggs you find, the faster you get at it. Although eggs in general were a traditional symbol of fertility and rebirth in Christianity, for the celebration of Eastertide, Easter eggs symbolize the empty tomb of Jesus, from which Jesus resurrected. Yeah, these eggs resurrected my buddy Jesus once. He's passed out on the lawn for a while, and then we gave him one of these eggs, and anyways. Number 17, once you pop, you can never stop unless you get help. These might be the most addictive chips known to man. I had a buddy who kept pawning stuff to get these chips. Yeah, once I popped, I ended up in rehab, man. After I lived in my van for several years, down by the river. Number 16, gecko? Maybe this new species of gecko had a better version of car insurance. Hopefully they weren't taking this to Australia. They get pretty mad about that. Like that tame Johnny Depp tried to smuggle all his dogs into the country. Number 15, terriers don't have green cards for Australia. If Australia has green cards, I'm not really sure. Johnny Depp and then-wife Amber Heard got caught providing false documents to legally get their dogs into Australia. They had to offer a formal apology. They only got a slap on the wrist, really, But Australia is a very biodiverse and unique ecosystem. Any weird animals introduced in the system could spread disease that would decimate Australia. Just because you were destroying your relationship with Amber doesn't mean you have to destroy Australia as well, Captain Sparrow. It's Captain Jack Sparrow. Terrier. Mate. Number 14, t-shirt gun. It's smart, but it didn't work this time. Does it work? Most likely. Don't go stealing the t-shirt gun at your Colorado high school to shoot weed into Utah, though. This does give a whole new meaning to shooting heroin. Man, I wish this is what they shot in the basketball games instead of those stupid t-shirts. Number 13, Mr. Potato Head. Mr. Potato Head was more full of ecstasy here than any raver at EDC this year. What would Mrs. Potato Head think? I guess if you did enough of the things inside this guy, he would start talking to you. That's this video's hashtag game. Hashtag Mr. Potato Head is, and tell us what you would have your Mr. Potato Head doing in the comments below, or at the Schizo Bob on Twitter to be featured in an upcoming video. Number 12, man, you can hide it anywhere. I guess someone got screwed by the DEA on this bust. How did the border guys even bolt this case down? Man, there are so many bad drug puns here. My bad. Moving on. Number 11, lube up. This really happy oil wasn't clever enough to get by the border on this go-around. These custom agents were absolutely marvelous, darling. Number 10, ceramic cats. These cats are sleeping because they are chock full of opium. Would you be taking a dirt nap too if you had this much opium inside you? I know cats chase their tails, but I've never heard of them chasing the dragon. Number 9, cocaine cast. When you have such a clever device for smuggling, it seems dumb to also smuggle beer and cocaine in your luggage. That's how this gimpy crook got caught, I guess. He was just trying to put his best foot forward. Oh, God, that was terrible. Why would anyone want to put a foot cocaine up their nose? That's gross, man. Number 8, holy moly. Wow, that is a very large statue made out of cocaine and plaster. This Jesus just gets you higher and higher. Number 7, Schizo Love. Give it up for Selma Teacher 7. I love the voices. Good job, guys. Sydney Nightlife. Me too. Aw, shucks, guys. We appreciate it very much. Yeah, these people are terrific. Number 6, Surf's Up. No, seriously though, I just came to surf some waves, bro. Number 5, like the post office, they try. In a submarine in October 2009, in the Guatemalan waters off of Central America, the U.S. anti-drug agents and the Guatemalan army intercepted 3 Colombians and a Mexican in a small submarine, carrying 10 tons of cocaine. That's even more drugs than the Beatles fit in their yellow submarine. I guess when you're tripping, it's easy to set off sonar nets. Anyways, I think there's a joke here somewhere, like 3 Colombians and a Mexican are in a submarine, and one of them turns to the other one and says, I don't know, tell me in the comments below. Number 4, goldfish. This here is a fishy situation. Someone loaded these carp up with enough cocaine to kill a whale. No, not a killer whale. Oh, Bob, let's get some sushi. I know an excellent spot. It picks your spirits up. Number 3, dog smuggle. These deranged people stuffed their Labrador full of cocaine in 2004. They were trying to take cocaine back to Britain via Colombia. I think if you're on a regular flight, they've figured out where you're trying to hide drugs at this point. Number 2, beer! This beer would knock you out! Apparently you've been using beer cans to smuggle things for a long time! Well, we have been. Anyways, I guess it makes sense seeing as how you could not see inside them and they're easy to seal. Yeah, is there any way I could get the beer as well? It seems like a waste to, have not the beer, and just all the cocaine. Like a little beer would be fine. Number 1, sneaky. This guy looks pretty legit until you pull him over and realize it's only half of a motorcycle. Hey, that's a lot of hooch though, am I right? You could probably buy a beach house in Miami with that much snow. Man, if the cops pull me over, I could just jump on my dirt bike and ride off into the sunset. Yee-hoo!